Hey everyone, Sarah here. So this plan with me, it's for week 21, and I'm a little speechless about this plan with me. So I thought maybe I would try something new. I've seen a lot of people doing like a pen only, and I don't know if you use markers, if you can do a pen only, but what a fiasco. But I tried something new, so I'm proud of myself. So here I was doing my weekly processing for my, doing my inbox and all that fun stuff while I was getting prepared for this. And I was like, oh, I should film this. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm a little bit processing kind of my inbox. I'm going through just stuff that came in this week, any new projects I did. And last week I did a mind mapping session with myself. You can see it in the background right there. And then I kind of started to break it down into different routines and systems that I had to implement. So I threw like a lot of next actions in there. So my next action is not the project itself, but it's to like design a system or design a routine to follow. So I threw them into my work projects just so I can keep them together and start keeping track of them and don't lose sight of them, because I do think they're important. Okay, these tweezers, this is funny. I lost my tweezers and I kept holding off on getting new tweezers replacements because I'm like, I know as soon as I order them, I'm going to end up I'm going to find them. Well, I ordered tweezers, I finally did, and those big old things came in. But thankfully, the day after I ordered them, I found my other tweezers, so the Cricut ones. But anyway, so I thought it was hilarious. They're giant. So here I'm just processing my, going back to that inbox there. And did I just do it? Now I gotta look. Okay, so here I'm actually I'm going through my brain tickler, and this thing is so helpful, and I'm working on redesigning it to be a little better. This was just a quick down and dirty type gritty one, but I just go through these different brain ticklers and they help me remember the things that I have to do. So that's where I'm putting them in my next action. So that's what I was just doing there. All right, so here's where the mess begins. Frankly, this is not my finest plan with me, spread, if you will. So I started to break down. I was like, well, maybe I don't want to use the stickers, and let me try the pen only, because I'm starting to think about setting up my second half. So like this Hobonichi, right? So I'm starting to think about the way I want to set this up and how I want to use it. And it's kind of perfect timing because I have this new role, and I have to I need to plan my time differently. I need to structure my week differently. So I need to kind of build out my standard work or the systems at work with the people that I have for direct reports and all that fun stuff. So I'm really excited to really go into that next planner. So I'm going to be using it differently here. So I'm trying out new things just to get a feel. And I'm like, all right, I kind of like the weekly spread, but the daily spreads, if you thought it couldn't get worse, oh, it got worse in the daily. So that will be interesting. So here I'm trying to stick with my color coding. So my green, my family, and I have blocked my worked hours, and then my weekly intentions for Sarah, which is pink, and family and green, and plan the grind and gray, and work in blue. So I'm trying to stick with that same structure, that color scheme, because it really is, it's just how I think and how I see, and like it helps me bring and focus on those intentions each day. Yeah, so then my pen that I like doesn't work on the Frixon highlighter, so I tried these ones because they erase, which I like them, but they didn't really work. You couldn't write on them with the Pilot pen. So anyhow, I went to the Hobonichi pen. So here I'm just putting in kind of my days. And one of the things that I worked on this week is I have a lot of ideas for content and Plan the Grind and the different systems that I have in my house that I've built to help me kind of just keep up with stuff and be productive, and also allow me to just like chill out a little bit and not be like so crazy all the time. So this week I focused on setting up a content calendar, and oh my gosh, it was so great because now I just have to look at that. So I planned the work and now I just have to work the plan, right? There's that famous saying in project management. So, but I'm so grateful I did that. And that's exactly what I want to do with work, right? So I have people reporting to me and I have to kind of build out routines for them to help the company meets the goals and the systems that they need where the problems are. So continuous improvement, right? This is like what I do with my life, with my time, at work, my personal time. So yeah, so I'm just building it in. So routine 4 from that mind mapping. So over here, I just identified the different routines that I need to build because we have different focuses throughout the month. And here I'm just bringing in my next actions where I need to, like what I need to focus on next to get the stuff done. And I do have like a project page for each project too, so that I kind of just map out the high level of the project. But anyhow, so they're evolving. They're not set in stone, they're not done, but I'm just kind of like just starting with something, putting something on paper, and then I'll kind of tweak it and evolve it, which I think will be great. Okay, now this is really where it started to go bad. I'm like, oh, I want to schedule in my Sarah time, my self-care, my personal time. And so I'm like, I'm going to use the color coding. I ended up ripping the planner. This is just a whole fight. I wish I did this live because honestly, guys, I was cracking up. Like at first I was mad. I'm like, oh, I'm screwing everything up. And then I started just laughing. When we got to the dailies, I just started cracking up the whole time. So I'm gonna rip my planner. Yep, right there, ripped. I was so upset. And I kind of like this because it has that time blocking, but I feel that dimension isn't there. So I feel like the dimension really takes the chunk of time out in my mind. So I'm not sure I'm digging this too much, but I do really like the pen and the arrows. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how this evolves. So there's my weekly spread. All right, get ready for it. But I tried, so I'm okay with it. So what I was struggling with here is I really wanted like those moments that matter stickers. They're really important to me because I'm like, oh, I need to drink water. And when I don't track them, I noticed at like 9 o'clock, I'm so thirsty. And then I'm up all night going pee. So anyhow, so they really just helped me. And here I'm gonna go back and forth between the pens like 7 times because I don't know what I want to do. Oh, not here. I think it's further on in the mix. But anyway, so I'm like, oh, let me block off my moments that matter with self-care with pink. I hated how that turned out. So then I had a different idea. And I'm not sure which one was worse, but we'll see. So the reason why I was trying to mix it up is because I have a lot of projects to manage and I have a lot of individual work that I have to do, but I also have to be in support my team and get what they need and touch base with them. So this was my little routine getting worse. So I structured my week a little differently. After the plan with me, and then on Monday, I'm like, this isn't working. So this was last week or this week, whenever you're watching this. And I realized, you know what? I'm not being productive. I'm not getting what I need to get done. And I'm like losing sight of what's important because I'm just getting thrown into the weeds and I'm getting caught up. So I'm actively managing not getting caught up in the everyday, because there's a lot of firefighting that's happening. And my job is to address those problems and build a system or a routine to make them go away so we can move on to better things, right? So what I had to do was I structured my week. So Monday, I'm all for the people, right? I got to catch up on email. I got to do all the things. I got to get everybody set for the week, get them into their routine, get all the stuff going, support the business in any way I can. And Tuesday, I have my morning kind of routines that I have to do where I interact with my peers and coworkers and kind of set the tone for the day. But then on Tuesday afternoon and Thursday afternoon, I need to really build those blocks where I'm focusing on my things, making progress on my goals, because those goals are going to make it easier for other people. So I need to focus on building those systems and researching and coming out. So now I kind of blocked it. Monday, I kept it wide open. I'm available to the people. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons, I blocked my calendar. Those are my time. So I can use them to drive my projects. I can use them to do my project work. I can do my research, work with my team, whatever the case may be. And then Wednesday, Friday, so that's why I was trying to structure this differently, because I don't just have like a set routine anymore every day. Each day has a little bit of a different variation of a routine. And so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, so Monday's for the people. Wednesday, again, more for the people. I have to be available, obviously. And it's not that I'm not available Tuesday, Thursday, but I'm going to be more intentional about driving my things on Tuesday, Thursday. So Wednesday, I'm opening myself up for the people. And Friday, I really need to focus on setting up for next week. So you'll see here, so this is Tuesday. And if you'll see, I put an agenda column in there. So those are the agendas for my meetings, like just the quick bullet points that I got to speak about in some of the meetings that I have. And then the to-do, so what I have to do in the next action. So Tuesday, Thursday, you'll see that I have to-do agenda inbox. So that's going to be structured so I can drive my projects and my goals. And then, as I was saying, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, this is really going to be about starting the week and ending the week, right? And prepping for the following week. So my Friday is my next actions that I got to get done to close out that week, the things I got to do to prepare for the next week, and just kind of go through and say like, hey, who am I waiting on to give me some things? So that's how I structured the three categories for the day. So I think this is going to evolve a lot, but I'm just trying something different because I realized when it was just me and managing my own things, it wasn't working anymore. So I had to change it up a little bit. And I think that's important. I know routines are important, but we also have to be adaptable to change, right? That's one of the biggest things. So this is that Monday. So this is the next action to do, an agenda. Because I know that I'm going to be setting the tone for the week with my team and my peers, and so that those kind of things. So then Saturday and Sunday, like I said, I have a lot of great ideas for content. So I really structured them just for me so I can do some of my plan the grind and all that fun stuff. So that was the week, and don't judge my terrible spreads. And I think I abandoned the moments that matter because I'm going to just see how that evolves a little bit, leave room for kind of being creative on those areas. So yeah, and I'm just quickly running through that next action list. I hate those stupid pink spots. And I'm just seeing what I need to prep for meetings. All right, everyone. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and subscribe to support me if you want to see more videos, and we will talk soon. Take care. Bye-bye.